Welcome to Memory Lane, a wonderful place where you'll find a smile, a connection, a moment of joy. Come reminisce with us.
A lifetime of family memories. I remember playing dress-up with my little sister. I think about how we sang at my grandfather's 90th birthday. I remember how I danced at my wedding. And years later, how proud my husband looked, walking our daughter down the aisle.
I can picture my first toy car. Childhood days I spent ice skating and sledding. I remember my high school graduation, the start of a new life. I think of how our whole family came around for the holidays. The vacations we took together. How pretty my wife looked on our first trip to the beach. And how much our baby girl loved the water.
I see my son, so proud in his first dress-up suit.
There was a lot of love in our family.
I'll not forget the thrill of young love. The first time he held my hand, that first kiss, and how we loved to dance. On Saturday night, all my friends would meet at the ballroom, and we'd dance to big bands like Tommy Dorsey and Glenn Miller.
I met a young man at a dance, and a few months later we were married. It was love at first sight. And the night we got engaged, he used a quote from my favorite author, Henry David Thoreau. He said, "There's no remedy for love but to love more." And when he said that, I knew he was the one for me.
Marriage is a commitment and a custom. It's something to be taken seriously. A wedding day is full of hope and love. And marriage is a whole new future. It was during the war years that I married my high school sweetheart. Times were tough. We had scrap drives for tin and paper and rubber. It wasn't very easy in those days, but my wife and I came through okay. We had each other to depend on. You know, it reminds me of the lyrics of that song, love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. You know, that song could have been written for us.
Love and marriage go together like like a horse and carriage. This I'll tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage. It's an institute you can't disparage. Ask the local gentry, and they will say it's elementary. Try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, and you will only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. Dad was told by mother, you can't have one, you can't have none, you can't have one without the other.
Sometimes it seems like just yesterday. You know, they say the heart that loves stays young, and I believe that. It's hard to believe that my own kids are all grown up with kids of their own now.
I saw pure love when my baby looked at me, and it was instant and true. All mothers feel that way, I think. So much possibility in that new baby. In those beautiful eyes. Such perseverance in those first steps.
Baby face, you've got the cutest little baby face. There's not another who could take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping. You sure have started something. Baby face, you've got the cutest little baby face. There's not another who could take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is jumping. You sure have started something. Baby face, I'm just in heaven when I'm in your fond embrace. I didn't need a shove, 'cause I just fell in love with your pretty baby face. You're really something. Pretty baby face, my heart is thumping. Darling, pretty face, I love ya.
I'll never forget the first time I left the baby with my husband. My husband loved our son very much, but he had no idea what to do with such a small baby. I'd been gone for about an hour, and my husband rushed into the market where I was shopping. His face was all flushed. He was carrying the baby, and I cried out, "What happened?" Well, the baby had just dirtied his diaper, but my husband had no idea what to do.
First, they were babies, and suddenly, they were children. It went by fast. Those were happy times, when the kids were little and we played hide-and-go-seek, kick the can, jump rope. On weekends, we'd play all day, and though they were dog-tired, they'd beg me to read to them before bed every night. Those kids knew every storybook by heart.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
The year my daughter turned 6, we took the training wheels off of her bike. Learning to ride that bike took all day, and I ran up and down the street, behind the bike, hanging onto the seat as she learned to balance. Man, was I tired. My boys used to clip baseball cards onto the front wheel of their bikes with clothespins. And then they rode up and down the street all summer long. I'll never forget that sound. What an amazing thing to see the world through the eyes of a child.
I'll never forget how pretty all the little girls looked at my daughter's first ballet recital. Is there anything more adorable than a tiny girl dressed up in a ballet tutu? My daughter was 5 years old the first time she had her ballet recital. Oh, she was so cute and so proud of herself. She walks out on stage ready to perform with all the other little girls, and she sees me there in the theater. And right in the middle of the stage, she stops and she waves, "Hi, Mommy." It was so funny. Everybody in the audience laughed.
Midget takes the bases. Here's the windup. There's the pitch. The swing. Oh, it is going. Going. Gone. It is a home run. Listen to those fans yell. Ho, 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 ho. The ice goal eliminated. Play ball.
We were big baseball fans in our house.
Batter up.
We figured Jackie Robinson was the finest all-around athlete in America.
It's a home run.
And just about everyone was getting televisions, so we could watch baseball instead of listening to it on the radio. Baseball was surely the great American pastime back then. You know, I played in the Little League. I had dreams of becoming Joe DiMaggio.
And Little League is sweeping the nation. Look at all those little boy wonders. Also, the dads like to help too. Here's one right now, helping the next generation learn the fundamentals of baseball.
Well. But my favorite saying still is, the game ain't over till it's over.
I remember birthdays best of all. As a kid, you felt like the whole day was just for you. It wasn't just the presents. It was about feeling like you were the most important person in the whole world. I remember my whole family gathering around to sing Happy Birthday. Remember that song? We all know it. Sing along with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. The year I turned 10 years old, my family had a surprise party for me. Like most of my friends, I was into stamp collecting. There were 22 people at my party, and every one of them brought me a new stamp. I was so proud. After that day, I had the best stamp collection in the neighborhood. I still have that collection, too.
Summer was always the best time for family vacations. My wife and I would pile the kids into the station wagon and head out for an adventure. America was a great land just waiting to be explored. Our kids always loved beach vacations best.
Statue of Liberty. There's Mount Rushmore.
Are we there yet?
Hey, look at that.
Are we there yet?
The Golden Gate Bridge.
One year we drove all the way from Michigan to Arizona to see the Grand Canyon.
It took us 5 days, and the kids must have asked us, "Are we there yet?" at least 1,000 times. I thought you were going to jump out of the car and walk home.
Of course, kids become teenagers before they become adults. And those teenage years were a little crazy. Our kids were teenagers in the 1950s. Rock and roll is what they called it, and Elvis Presley and Jerry Lee Lewis were all the rage. Our daughter was in a dance contest with her boyfriend, and I made her a blue poodle skirt of felt, and I decorated it with sequins. She wore a high ponytail, and her boyfriend had a crew cut. They practiced the music they heard on American Bandstand.
They won a first-place trophy, too.
Next thing you know, they were graduating from high school. It was an emotional time for us as parents. We were full of such pride and hope. The day our son graduated from high school, it was hard for me not to cry. I mean, I was so proud of him, but at the same time, I knew that now he was going to be moving on to his adult life. So I stood there with all the other parents, all hot and uncomfortable in my old suit and tie, trying hard to hold back the tears. I think my son realized just how tough it was for me, because after he got his diploma, he came up to me and he shook my hand, and then he gave me a great big hug and he said, "Hey, Dad, thanks for everything." Wow. That was pretty emotional for me.
Seems like we spent our school days yearning to graduate, and our remaining days reminiscing about the school days. That's what makes all these old photos and videos so important to me.
I love you, Grandma and Grandpa.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our family Connect and Reflect product line. Connect and Reflect products help preserve connections with life and family. Each Connect and Reflect kit begins with a familiar theme: photos, music, personal stories, and other memorabilia are captured in 3 separate collections: a memory video, a memory book, and a memory CD. Think of our memory videos as multimedia scrapbooks. Our family memory book is a great way to personalize your memory lane experience. It also makes a great keepsake. Add personal photos or other mementos to your book, or add photos from the 31 snapshots we provide. Read the inspirational quote to set a mood for reminiscing. Use the key words for each topic to help stimulate more memories and sharing. Record memories your loved one shares in the I Remember box. To further personalize your book, cover images printed in the book with black paper and mount your own images on top. The layout of the memory book exactly follows the memory video, making it easy to use the products together. Watch the video with the memory book in the viewer's lap. Help the viewer match the page spread to the topic being presented in the video. Watch a topic on the video, pause, then open the memory book to the same topic. Finally, listen to the memory CD while you do other things. You'll find the CD helpful at bathing time, mealtime, or any time you want to recall the happy mood of the family video or memory book. The memory CD is also great for people who have impaired vision. Memory lane products can be found at selected retailers and online at www.memorylanemedia.com or call us toll-free at 1-877-963-6679.